Happy New Year ever! It's gonna be the best year ever! Hello everyone, greetings everyone, this is Freja Enjoy. In this energy report for January, Ascension energy report for 2021. And in this energy report I will give some examples of what's going on. I'm gonna give some examples on what's good for you to know, and it's up to you to choose. So also I'm gonna give an part of my energy report's gonna be from a shopping center and what's happened there. And as we are actually shifting, we have already shifted, but as some of you know, I'm not talking from one perspective, I'm talking from many perspectives here. We have different standing points. So some people are in the standing point of the ascension process, somewhere in the ascension process. And in people who are actually in the ascension process, these people will begin to, at some point, feel that how their perspective of time is changing, because in the fifth dimension and higher dimensions there is not linear time anymore, because the consciousness of the human being has changed. So there is spiral time, and in spiral time there is not a linear perspective. This is where the perspective is changing, and it is what I talk about in my spiral theory. It's about the time that is like it's going around. It's not only going around in a circle, it's also going around in circles, like in the double helix, like in the DNA spiral. This means that it's a never-ending movement. So this is, of course, it's very, it can be, when people never thought in these ways before, it's very challenging for those people. But that's maybe not so much the people who are in the ascension process. It's more people who are still in the 3D matrix, and people who have not thought in these ways at all before in their lifetime. And important now for January is that the old has already shifted. So like the prediction, so to say, the patterns for 2021, 2022, we have already laid in some ways. We who are in the ascension process, we already laid that in November and December 2020. Then it's up to us to, the most important of all, stay in the now moment. Be focused in the now moment, and to really understand that there is only one way to stay in the moment, and that is to be focused on what is existing in your now. In your now. It's not about what you were, what you did, and it's not about even your future and your dreams. So this is, we can call it a collapse of time ideas. And this is for brave people. It's not for cowards. It's not for cowards. This is for brave people. Brave people are open-minded and open-hearted, and brave people are into this now. To do this, to take this step. So, what's going to happen in January 2021? There is, of course there is a split, a big split between people on earth. Because the people who are adopting the systems and the ideas, the mind ideas, the patterns, the mindsets, if you like to. These people who stay stuck in the belief system that other people have authority over their lives, they're gonna be stuck there, of course. And universe is going to give them sickness and disaster in their life, because universe is energy, and energy is constantly moving. So when people get stuck, they get sick or they get problems, because the universe, who is a consciousness, is going to go in energetically and try to change that. It's no human being, it's no government who try to change this. This is universal laws I'm talking about. And this is going to be showing up again and again and again. And in January, we have this awesome photonic light coming in. It's not like some old philosophers was predicting. It's not the world is going under or something like that. It's not like that. For people who believe that, it will be like that. But most people will see it's not like that. One of these amazing, can call it ascension symptoms, or we can say it's one of the symptoms of the amazing energies in January 2021 is that more people is going to wake up, and also more people is going to wake up and understand that they can't eat meat because it's going to make them sick and it's going to make their situation worse, and they're not going to survive actually. That's what's going to happen. So whatever people say, you have to go inside of yourself and see what is really the healthy truth for you in your life. Because it's going to be a tough ride for you if you believe in everything that people around you say. So this is one of the amazing signs that's coming up in January 2021. Look up for it. As a part of this January's energy report. Oops. As a part of this January's energy report, I would like to talk about all the humanity who eat meat. This means to eat actually the flesh of other living life, but it's not living anymore, it's dead. Most of the cases. So this is in an evolution. So it starts with that people getting conscious of that and get the information and understand the information that to eat meat is not for human beings. Just look at the teeth. Human beings' teeth are not made, they are not created to eat meat. That's the best proof you can have. Then you have the ethical proof, and that is that if people say they want to be peaceful and to live a life that has to do with love, they would never eat another being's flesh. They would never kill for any reason, because there is food for human beings in fruit, in seeds, in berries, in nuts, and all these kind of things. that is actually created for human beings. And just, I go back to the teeth. Look at human beings' teeth. Human beings' teeth are not made for eating meat. So, this is actually interesting, but you can't force anyone to understand this information. So people who still eat meat, they have to go through the whole evolutionary development to understand and take in this, because they are still programmed to eat meat. And they don't take in information about that they killed their brothers and sisters. They don't take in information about that the meat who is sold in the shops. It's actually brown or gray, but they have colored it red, so it should look like something nice to eat. People think when the fish or the meat is red or pink, it's nice to eat. But in the truth, it's not pink or red, it's gray or brown, because it's dead. It's dead. And it's vibrations. It's only giving the human who eat meat dead vibrations. So it's not rising the human being's vibrations to a better vibration. It's actually lowering the being's vibrations when they eat meat. Then I will not talk now about the exceptions when some people sometimes eat fish or meat when it's absolutely necessary because of the circumstances. But that is emergency more or less, or very conscious people who know exactly why they do it. I talk about the people who are eating meat all the time and who are going out and shop. Because if you go out to a grocery store and the shops, you can actually see that the meat is cheaper than the fruit. And why is that? That is because they want people to eat meat. This is going together with keeping people in the slave mode, because people are programmed to be slaves. And as long as they don't hide their vibration, they are very easy to control. People are very easy to keep slaves. And people don't even understand that they are controlled and that they are slaves under this control system. So they can talk how much they want, but as long as they eat meat, they will still be slaves. It's so high humidity, I can nearly start the video because it's I'm sweating. And it's very good to sweat. And for me it's really nice to sweat because my sweat have no smell. And of course, since I got a vegetarian and then vegan, it has absolutely no smell, my sweat. It's very nice, and I actually had no really bad smell on my sweat ever in my life. I never have that, never. But this has to do with your metabolism, and this has to do with what you eat and how you live, how you are going through things, how your body is processing, and how you work with yourself. It has to do with that. Anyway, so this thing now, I'm going to tell about 2021 and January, the energy, is that this is the months also where it's good for you to be aware of what you dream of inside of your heart. But you should also remember that don't get stuck in ideas about how you think things should look or be for you, because you will maybe be disappointed because it's time is moving forward now. The development is moving forward in we can call it's speed of light. it depends on where you are. Depends on where you are, of course. But also, for people who are up in this speed with this ascension process, it can be things that are arranged, and this is arranged by universe, because the universe is energy and you are energy, so you are aligning with the energy in universe and around you. And what you put out as your dream and your purpose can be a long time. It can be a long term, but it can also come quickly, changes. But the thing is that you sometimes have to go through things that are like going in waste. Yeah, another amazing sign of this amazing photonic light that's coming in and gonna affect people in January. It's the door. It's someone, I share my room with someone here. Is in January 2021 is that people are going to be forced in one or the other way. And it's not by government. This is universal energy that is going to force people to wake up. And how does that work? Yeah, now in January 2021, what's happening to people who are not at all awakened or have nothing they don't understand this yet, they are going to have this different kind of symptoms. Symptoms, that means that if they don't begin to wake up, they're going to be sick, they're going to have really serious problems in their life. Shit is going to happen. For people who have begun to wake up and for people who are in the ascension process. Yeah. There is the need to let go and let go and let go. Because this is not about you. You cannot, from your ego self, you cannot predict what's going to happen. You cannot. Go on dreaming, but stay in the now moment. This is the message. But you also have to let go a lot in January 2021. Because you will go with this flow that is the universal energy, the original source energy. Because this is not about something that some humans on earth has predicted or has said it should be like this. This is the evolution we are in now. This is the divine evolution we are in now. So I also have to say here in this that you can go to social media and you can go wherever you like. If you don't read newspapers and listen to the news, because it's actually nothing to do with your life, your true life as a soul, spirit and a heart. It's nothing to do with that. But if you go to social media, remember, whatever people call themselves, you have to go inside and listen to yourself and discern. Because there is going to be so many people, they try to look like they are something they are not. And the truth, you can find some people giving out the truth, but you have to discern yourself, because this is about your life and where you are standing, what standing point you are at in your life. And from that standing point, you have to decide what is true for you and what is going to work for you and what you need to let go of. It's going to work good. Remember to breathe, let go, and breathe. Breathe in love. Breathe out love. And when you breathe out, you can give a big smile, because that's what it's all about. Big smile for yourself, for your true development. as a spirit on earth, as a soul on earth now, in these amazing times. Yeah. And so I share my room with other people. It's kind of funny. So when I buy my toothpaste, it's herbal. But so many people believe in floor and think that it's cleaning. It's killing. It's killing your natural vibrations. That's what floor do. But people don't take in this either. They have to hear it maybe, I don't know how many lifetimes before they're gonna wake up. This is not good for people. And then they try to fool people about COVID. And it's so funny because they really say they care about people and people think they do. So this is all, it's all that people are totally unconscious. They're unconscious. So the thing I wanted to say about that I share a room with some other people is that I saw this morning the toothpaste of one of the ladies I share a room, the lady I share my room with. And it's called triple effect, and it's floor, and it's other chemical substances. It's triple effect. They who eat meat need a triple effect toothpaste. So they eat dead food, who lower their vibrations, and then they clean their teeth with poison. This is the truth. This is the truth. So, I am not putting honey on my sword. I am not putting honey on my sword. This is not about that I don't care. It's the opposite. It's the opposite. And I would never judge anyone. I don't judge people because I tell the truth. I don't judge people. I tell the truth because someday people need to hear the truth, and if they can't take in the truth that day, maybe they do it in about 100 years. These people, these kind of people. My biggest challenge is that I still stay in a situation where I have all these kind of people around me. That's the biggest challenge. It's really challenging because this takes a lot of my precious energy to cope with this. I have to stay really, really focused to cope with this. Oh yeah, this is really good. I'm doing really good work. Really good work here. Yeah. So this is going to be put in like a clip in the energy report for January 2021. And this is about all these people here. You see all these people here, everywhere here. This is a shopping center, and I am Freja Enjoy, and I really wanted to talk about this. Is important that we have so many light workers, and we have so many different kind of ascension guides and people who are really working with to giving people information about the truth of what is going on. So what is the truth? For the first here now, the truth is not one thing. The truth is the divine truth, of course, is one thing. The divine truth is one thing. But the other truth comes to who you speak to. Because every single being has their own truth. You talk about talk your own truth. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying here? This is important to understand the difference. Then you have a lot of light workers who are doing YouTube videos, and they do it in different ways. So you can have very known people who do very good work about what is enlightenment and what is consciousness and all these things. And the thing is that all these people, they have decided how they are going to show up. And what do I mean with show up? I mean they have decided how they are going out to people with the information. So this is a decision. Of course, all these people, these known people who do these videos, they are conscious of that of course they are conscious, they are 100% conscious, and they are conscious of that they do a choice, they take a choice, how they are going out. So my choice is to be myself. And this can also mean many different kind of things to be yourself. But it always implies to be true to yourself and to develop more and more into yourself, what you truly are. And now I'm going to talk more about what was the thing that I was really going to talk about here, because I decided I'm going to talk about the thing that is that you have people, a lot of people here in this shopping center. It's really obvious. It doesn't look like it's so much people, but it's quite a lot of people here in this shopping center. So, how is it? How is it functioning? It's functioning this way. You have a lot of people here that are not awakened. They are not awakened. So, sometimes you can really call the people who are not awakened that they are brainwashed robots. Because the truth is that they are functioning on a level that is described in the metaphor of to being brainwashed and the metaphor of being a robot. This is important. I'm going to talk a little bit more, but the distinction is at the same time every single being, you can call them whatever, they have a life. They have a life. In their life, they have feelings, thoughts, and a lot of other things. So, I say it once more. When you look at people who are not being awake, they are not awakened yet. Doesn't matter if you say, you call them brainwashed and robots because they function like brainwashed robots. But still, never ever forget that every single being has feelings and every single being have thoughts when it comes to these so-called human beings. And this means that everyone is deserved to have respect, divine respect. Every single so-called human being is deserved to have divine respect for their life. And then I talk about this. It's very important that this is about 2021 and what is going to go on. But this is like a very important, like a dive I do now. I dive into the conscious and unconscious to put in my energy report. Because this is what's really the foundation. And it doesn't have to do with one or two or three single beings here. It has to do with every single so-called human being on earth now. And so, when I say this, I say it, you have to look at this from an angle from above and from inside inside and above at the same time. You can do that. At least I can do that. That's what I'm doing now when I talk about this. So the thing is, the very important distinction is that every being is deserved to be respectful treated by the ones in the so-called 3D matrix. They are called government, they are called many different things. It's like a framework, it's a framework. Still, the so-called human beings who are working in these places, take for example, we say example, government. What is government? It's consisting of people. It's consisting of people. Never ever forget that. It means that not every single person in this framework that is called government is the same. They are not the same. They are individuals. So, in this, I would say at the same time now that don't judge. Learn to do discernment. Learn to do discernment, because whatever working place, whatever home, whatever house, whatever car, whatever street, wherever you look, and you see something you think this is a human being, remember, this is a framework, and you have no idea what's inside. You have no idea what's inside. Especially not these times. So, it's very, very important that you learn to be inside of yourself. And if you're not used to do this, use techniques like meditation and yoga and mantras to learn to come inside yourself and stay there inside of yourself. In this comes a very, very important part, and that is healthy boundaries. Healthy boundaries is one of the most needed, most important and most needed things that's going to be showing up in January 2021. So, why is it that this is going to be so important in 2021 January? It's not only there in this month, it's going to be more and more important in the future, that more beings are going in to understand what this is truly do mean, to have healthy boundaries. Because it's not a small question. This is, I say now, in divine truth, maybe the most important thing for the so-called human beings to learn more about. You look at anything in the 3D matrix that is about boundaries. What is about boundaries? Think. What is about boundaries? You have it everywhere. Everywhere you have about boundaries. So, of course, it's very important that you learn to understand what healthy boundaries is. It comes in everything in this. Everything. And I can say 100%, if you work as a divine light worker and have passion for life, for your own life first of all, you just have to know what is healthy boundaries. If you don't know what healthy boundaries is, just forget about everything and start to learn what that is now. So, this is about what is in January 2021 coming up in these Ascension energies. And what is these Ascension energies really? Ascension energies is mostly photonic light coming into Earth from galactic sources. And you can go to any of these so-called future predictives, people like Nostradamus, or blah, 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 take any of them. They talk about disasters, they talk about catastrophes going on to happen. The first one was 2012. So what is it? People are waiting for disaster and catastrophe. The thing is, where it's going on is inside people. It's inside people. It's not going to happen outside. Everything looks the same. Look at things. And it's about, are people going to say yes to stay brainwashed, or are they going to jump out of the slave mode? This is what it's all about. The people who are going into the ascension process, they left the slave mode and they work forward on to not be in the slave mode. The slave mode is when you are brainwashed. The slave mode is when you believe in COVID-19. The slave mode is that you don't understand that you are born a divine soul, spirit, and a heart. And this is what you and your true essence is. So, this is what it is about. That's why I'm talking about and saying now that you can't see on the outside if you look with your physical eyes what's inside, what's in front of you. If you can read energies, you can see, but the most people cannot read energies. The most people only see images of what is on the outside. And they believe in authorities, they believe in what the government say, they believe in all these things. And remember now, I am not against anyone. I'm working together with everyone and everything. So, I'm working with one practice that is from the oldest healing system on earth, and that is called shamanic practice. And as a woman, in a woman's body, I do this in the most profound way. So, no, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid. I have love inside and passion and inner peace, inner peace. I'm not going to talk about me right now and how I work. But I would say here in the same sentence that 2021 in January, the energies from the unconscious, the collective unconscious on earth is about, it is coming up about healthy boundaries. It's also will come up about that what I said, that every so-called human being has the right to be respected for who they are, and that every human being has the right to have a home. Every human being has the right to have food. Every human being has the right to be protected. How do you learn to be protected? You learn to be protected by being yourself. understand that you have a soul. You are a soul. You are a spirit. You are a heart. That's your protection. You don't need no one to protect you from outside. I actually love to stay in nature. I don't like houses. I don't like houses. I love to stay in nature.
Hey, point down a little bit. Can't be screaming.
Oh, listen, this man tell me I can't stand here and talk because here is no noisy, here is no people, here is music, people running around everywhere, and he comes and tell me I can stand here and talk because I talk too loud.
Down. You're yelling.
You know, I need to get through because it's so noisy here. That's why I talk so loud. Because it's so noisy here. Because I'm doing a YouTube video here.
Yeah, you can talk. You can't scream. Look at everyone.
I'm not screaming. I'm passionate. I'm not screaming.
Keep going, we're going to get the cops here.
Sorry.
You keep going, we're going to have to get the police here.
If I talk my passionate talk, you're going to call the police?
You know this is private property.
Private property?
You can't be recording everyone.
I'm not recording everyone. Look here, I record myself.
Just turn it down. We don't want to hear yelling. Alright?
He thinks I'm yelling. Yeah. Okay.
You're on the police here.
I'm leaving and go somewhere else and talk. Thank you so much. Blessings, blessings, blessings. You also have a worthy life. You are also worth something, you know. You're also worth something. Yeah. He protects people from me standing here talking. Yeah. Fantastic. That's 3D matrix. That's 3D matrix and how it works. I will have this in my energy report. I will have this in my energy report. I'm not afraid of anything. And those, there comes someone with something for their mouth because they are afraid of COVID. Okay. So the important thing is that. Oh, so what was that? What was that? Yeah, that was me talking loud, and someone come and say I cannot. So they try to say to people they can talk also. Yeah, that's what they do. And okay. Year ever! It's gonna be the best year ever! Go! This video was made and produced by Freja Enjoy.com, and as always, if you like our content, you are welcome to subscribe and click on the bell so you get notifications when new important content will come out. And if you are craving more of our content, you will find it in the list in YouTube channel Freja Enjoy Official Living Enlightenment. Okay.